Okay, so here is part 2 to our rationalizing radical video. Right now, I know that I have an n in a square root, so I'm gonna have to check for extraneous solutions at the end of this problem. But first, let's solve for n. All right, the box here needs to become undone. So to undo a square root, I have to square it. But what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So, okay, the left will now break out, but n squared is, well, n squared. And now this is tricky because I have a quadratic. So I have to dust off how we solve quadratics. I need one side of it to equal 0. So I'm gonna take all of this and I'm gonna ship it over here. And the reason I'm moving it to the right side is because I want n squared, the variable with the exponent of 2, I want that to be positive, and it's already positive over here, so I want to keep that, so I'm just going to move everything over there. So that means I'm going to have 0 equals n squared plus n minus 90. Okay. Now this is kind of set up so I can solve it. I need to define my a, b, and c term because I'm going to have to do the factor cross. My a here is 1, my b is also 1, and my c is negative 90. So let's come over here, and I guess we can do it right here. Sure. Top is a times c, bottom b. 1 times negative 90 is minus 90, and b is 1. Now, I need two numbers that will multiply to make negative 90, but add to make a positive 1. And we can go down the list of, well, how do I multiply and make 90? But I'll just skip to the end. It's going to be a 10 and a 9. 10 times 9 gets 90, and they have a difference of 1. But I need to multiply to make a negative, so one of these has to be negative. I have to figure out, is it going to be the 10 or is it going to be the 9? Well, which negative will give me a positive 1 at the end of the day? It goes with the 9. All right, so let's go ahead over here. And we're going to start filling in these factors. These cloud numbers just go copy and paste right up in here. So plus 10 minus 9. Now, at this point, I have to solve for each of these. I take each parenthesis and I set it equal to 0. That will be x plus 10 equals 0, and x minus 9 equals 0. Okay, easy algebra. X equals minus 10. X equals positive 9. Okay, so I have two answers here. I spoke at the beginning of the problem that I need to check for extraneous solutions here. So I have to do that twice because I have two answers. Okay. I'm going to take each of these, I'm going to plug it in there, I'm going to see if it works. Square root 90 minus negative 10, does that equal negative 10? All right, the problem already had a minus. This time it had a negative 2, so I have to remember that both negatives are there. We subtract the negative, it turns positive, so this is 90 plus 10. The square root of 100, does that equal negative 10? Well, the square root of 100 is 10. So no, that's not true. So that negative 10 answer we got is extraneous. Remember, an extraneous solution is one that we get when we do all of our math right, but at the end it doesn't work. Okay, well, let's see if the 9 is good. Okay, so I'm going to take that positive 9 and put it right up in here. Square root 90 minus 9, does that equal 9? So I just take that 9, I plug it in for both ends. that would be square root 81. Does that equal 9? And then, yes, we have 9 equals 9. This one's true. So when you have a quadratic version of this, you have to check your answer twice, and more often than not, one of them is going to be an extraneous solution. Okay. I hope that helped. We went through a class activity on this. We didn't have a homework assignment on it, but it is on your test. If you're not feeling super great about these, I do have extra worksheets or practice problems we can do, or you could do by yourself over the weekend. Okay, let me know if I can help.